Welcome to Tech This Way.
Good morning, Encik Azlan.
Good morning, Amran.
How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. As you notice, I'm at home right now at WFH.
Yes, we should all be at home.
Yes, but still wearing my corporate shirt, so I think itu memberikan semangat untuk bekerja lebih sikit lah.
That's good. I wish I was getting paid by Under Armour, tapi tak. Anyway, so welcome back to Tech This Way.
Yes, I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, I thought we should do a call with all this COVID-19 that's going on. And
Okay.
since you are on the front line,
All right.
in fact, it's quite funny, kan? The last time that we met, we did talk about it slightly, if I recall.
Okay.
And now here we are. You are on the front line with all the clinics. I just wanted to get your view on what do you see as is going on lah. at all your
Okay.
clinics.
I think I share our experience how we actually face the COVID and also the MRO punya decision by the government lah. Okay, we divided our PCP to 3 core areas. Initially, when the COVID was getting, the case is getting higher, so we implemented our yellow punya zone at office. Yellow meaning we ourselves trying to plan out whether our team needs to work remotely. I think that was a week before government started the MRO lah. So in our preparation, kita dah start figuring out how to best for our team to work remotely and still support our clients lah.
And when you say remotely, as in working from the office or working from their home?
Working from the home.
Okay.
By then, we decided those supporting punya division, example like our IT division, our HR, our finance, they can work from home if so required. Because their task to come to the office not that crucial. They can still work at home provided they bring back all the documents for finance and HR. For IT, it's always remotely lah. Okay, I have my team who actually worked from Bali previously when he was in vacation. They can still access all our data and everything. So we don't have worry on that lah. I think the critical part came, I think, on Monday night when the government announced that we're going to have MRO. So the next morning too, we sat down the whole office. We triggered our red alert for the office. Red alert meaning kita dah decide those yang not core, which is the IT, they can work remotely. And we decided teams that are in operation and sales to be divided into 2 teams. So team A will work this week, team B will work the following week. It's like a rotation kind of model lah. So that was decided back on Tuesday evening after we actually sit down with all the staff and asking their opinions. But bila malam Selasa we noticed that's going to be a problem and the cases are getting higher and higher. We thought immediately move to black zone, of which everybody is work from home.
What was the problem?
We noticed the cases of COVID getting higher. So kita orang risau lah takut, even though we are still supporting our panels and clinics, kita takut our staff will be affected. So those are the key reasons we decided, okay, Rabu, everybody work from home. I think in our case is, we have been planning our system to be work so simply on a cloud model, and everything can be utilized the internet to actually work. So it allows our team to maintain work from home. We can still service our client and partners, no issue. So I can say that we are at the moment still 100% working as a company, even though everybody is working from home at the moment. No disruption in the services. We notice our users still visit our panels since MRO. So there's no hiccup in our services provided. Everything, and we have our call centers as well. So it helps to actually address this particular juncture. But saying that even though healthcare ni so-called recession proof, our orders, I compare pre-MRO and now MRO, I think the orders dropped by 20%.
And when you say orders, this is what I wanted to get into a bit more lah. It's
Alright.
coming from the clinics, right?
Yes, our users go to our panels. So we noticed the visitation dropped by 20%. If you compare week to week, I did the numbers crunching this morning. I compare pre-MRO from Wednesday to Sunday last week, and last 2 weeks, and last week, Wednesday to Sunday, which is the MRO. So we noticed there's a drop of 20% in terms of orders, people going to our panels nationwide. But they still go. Every day we notice there's a lot of orders coming in. They still go. The thing's still running, but we notice a drop, which is not bad for us. I noticed a lot of my founders' friend drop almost 100%, especially those dealing with consumers. Those going to be a very tough time if this MRO continues.
Actually, I don't know in terms of the MRO, that if you are sick, or I don't know, if you break your leg or whatever, you should be able to go to the clinic still, can?
Yes, the only challenge, if you feel you have the symptom of COVID, you shouldn't go to the panel. You should call KKM and request to do the saringan. They have a very specific venues to do the saringan. So memang if you have those kind of symptoms, memang even KKM pernah keluar notice, don't go to normal clinics. Please call them, ask where is the nearest saringan and go straight to them.
So from the hundreds of clinics that you have, what do you know the kind of precautions that the clinics themselves are taking?
Okay, at the moment they're restricting their working hours, opening a bit late, closing a bit earlier. And most of them are using thermometers to check the temperatures, patient before coming in. But again, this goes back to the discipline of the patient. I think our government firm keeps stressing to tell the truth. Whether you are close with those so-called particular clusters, yang tu a challenge to manage, I foresee. Clinic, I know they are very, very disciplined in terms of protecting themselves, but again, patient yang datang tu, they need to tell the truth and to tell where they have been. Itu yang paling crucial.
So you mentioned just now that you also have your call center, so I assume they also operate from home, lah.
No, call centers we outsource to a company in Cyberjaya, IX Telecom. So right now they are still running their call centers until now, because they're not only supporting us, they are supporting other agencies, other companies as well. I not remember some of the companies are involved in the utilities, so they are operating their call center. So it's good for us, like we have that as our fallback option, so our users can actually call. But we are actively available on social media. So we noticed most of the queries that came during this MRO was through our Facebook. So we can handle that immediately.
So for your guys who are working from home, do you cover their broadband charges and all that?
Because most of our staff, we give them mobile allowance for them to utilize. Salary is still full, alhamdulillah. Okay. And most of them have used their mobile data to utilize the internet connection pun. So say staff pun kita mau bagi allowance for mobile, so should not be an issue lah. But some of them dia kira benda ni sebagai apa, give and take punya option. As a company, memang kita nak their support during these trying times, and staff pun I think they are also playing their role to support us as a company and as well as supporting our users and client out there. So they only to be my study, dia orang tak memilih sangat lah. Janji boleh buat kerja, dia okay. Okay, at the end of the day, your punya crucial is to safeguard the company and to also safeguard our users and using our system until now.
Do you have like a daily calls and all that to catch up with the team?
Oh yes, we develop our own system for punching in this morning. So everybody need to punch in right before 9 o'clock. And then everything is monitored via Trello's, Telegrams, WhatsApps. So we have Monday petang, we have our own stand-up meeting. Usually before the end of the kelima tu, after asar tu, we have a stand-up. Where everybody will be available for teleconference. And then we seek each other's punya views and what have been done. Other than that, most of the key management will follow up with the particular team. Everybody have their deliverables in the MRO.
Yeah.
This tough, by the way, because kita tak biasa work from home kan. The culture kat Malaysia ni belum all out from work from home. But again, you need to have some sort element of trust lah to your people, to your team. Trusting them that they can still do what they were, instruction they were given, and hopefully they can sustain for the next MRO ni. Hopefully dia tak extend, tapi nampak gayanya dengan keadaan case yang masih belum turun, the possibility to extend tu ada. So we just need to prepare for this to be extended maybe another 2 weeks. I pun tak sure. We can get a more clearer view, I think by next week, I guess, next week Monday, depending on how the government and the public controlling our social distancing, stay at home, by reducing the number of cases. So you tengok cases around the world is quite alarming lah. US especially spiking, they're quite crazy lah.
Yeah, that's right. And I think they are behind the curve a little bit, right?
Yes. So yang a bit bahaya. Kita walaupun cases setiap hari ada, tapi kita maintain kat 100 lebih. Even though it's not a good number, but at least kita tak spike sangat. Hopefully the efforts to do MRO, social distancing, stay at home, keluar bila perlu tu, I think benda tu memang perlu di-follow lah by everybody. Saya suka jogging pun, semalam jogging dalam rumah. No choice. So you still nak remain fit, so jogging, pusing kat dalam kereta. That's the most I can do, because you need to keep your sanity at home. And you dah biasa kerja kat luar kan, so memang keep sanity, jogging kat rumah. And then we have a lot of teleconference last few days. I think you noticed the captain did one on Saturday morning regarding the problem we face. Yesterday we had a casual conversation with some of the founders, again talking of the challenges that we face. So minggu ni pun I think we have some few more teleconferencing line up. It's best to have somebody, other founders that you can actually talk to. Again, maintain your sanity, because everybody is having a tough time now. I can relate to those yang purely B2C memang problem. Orders memang tak ada. So you can imagine their stress and their worry for their company, for their staff. So kita orang yang drop 20% pun kita dah risau. Imagine those yang drop 100%. Lagi lah.
Yeah, nantilah after this maybe something that I'd love to talk to them also, kan, to find out. But it's interesting that you mentioned that it's good to have this network of startups, kan, founders lah, business owners.
Yes, a good support system lah, because you rasa you dah figure out what you wanted to do during COVID ni, tapi bila discussion with them, you notice there's a lot of gaps that you need to address. And then learning from their own experience what they are doing with their companies, banyak membantu in the way that we gonna run our operation during this MRO.
You mentioned that, so for example, you mentioned the punch-in system that you guys built for yourself. Yeah? Is that something that you're going to share with your other co-founder buddies?
Usually after we tested it out, if this thing works, mama kita can share. Ada a few founders who actually share how they monitor their stuff in terms of workloads. So those are kind of interesting that we are talking to each other as well. Everything we try to develop in-house, if possible, because by the time sekali pun programmer banyak kerja banyak free time. So myself ask them to actually do a lot of system for optimizing the resources. So we started with punch in dulu, and meeting is already using most of the current software now lah, Hangouts, Zoom, Skypes, all that sorts.
So just looking a bit forward. Sorry, go ahead.
But I think the basic communication is always WhatsApp and Telegram. I think that's the basic condition. We have a small team, about 20 of us, 22 for it. And then WhatsApp is more than enough for us to trigger everybody lah.
No, I was talking to a couple of the CEOs the other day.
Okay.
And one is that, this situation has forced the issue of VCP lah, right? To test all their systems, whether they
that's
can
all.
work from
Yeah,
home.
yes. Yeah, correct.
Now, the other thing that was interesting is now they are actually considering, well, if this works very well, maybe they don't need as much office space anyway, because they can get some of these guys to work from home, even
I think that's a good
when there is
idea.
no virus.
Macam I was lucky enough to visit companies in US masa under program Magic tu. So you notice most of the big companies punch in is not bukan budaya doang punch in. I notice, and most of the staff are allowed to work from home. Have full trust from the management, and sampai tahap the staff pun rasa bersalah kalau tak buat kerja kalau kat rumah. So we can have the mentality that we can allow staff to work remotely from home, provided they have all the necessities lah. I think banyak course I can say, especially macam MedCard for example. The reason why we moved to our new office in section 13 because section 14 can no longer cope our manpower. It was just a duplex unit. Imagine, I think you've been to my old office previously. So the new office, we need to grow the office because of the resources. If this can be minimized, that's what you said. We are confident that contohnya our IT team can work remotely. So we can ask them, why don't you work remote? So anything we can just trigger you. I got a friend, I think you know, Nazro Biblis. His programmer is still based in Kedah. And he's here. So those kind of model does work. So we experience it now. So to me, kalau benda ni workable, why not extend it? Tapi again, some staff dia suka datang office. Especially yang bujang, rumah dia not suitable for work from home punya model kan. Dia suka datang office kan, ada sense of belonging. Again, benda tu
sharing apartment kan.
Sharing apartment lah. Kalau macam you dah family, you have your own room, you can dedicated for work from home, tak apa. Macam I sekarang ni pun I dekat my living room. Because my son tengah buat online study dia. School dia pun tengah running online classes now. My wife tengah online dengan bosses dia. So bilik dah tak ada ni, pasal dia duduk kat living room. So again is just finding a nice spot at home that you can actually do this. It's comfortable enough, you can do it without distraction. And again, disiplin lah. Work from home ni disiplin sebenarnya. I remember Aizat from Dopi, dia bagi tahu staff dia dalam work from home ni kena pakai as if you are pakai baju kerja ke office.
Oh,
tak
wear
boleh
proper
pakai
shirt.
baju boleh proper shirt, tak boleh pakai baju tidur pun tak boleh. And dia kata staff dia memang pagi-pagi memang kena buat video call, kita nak tengok. Bagus juga, because once you wear baju yang not proper to work, your mentality pun macam nak santai. So I think Ropi punya arrangement, staff dia kalau work from home kena at least pakai kemeja. So macam I terus pakai jam, kena nak merasakan kita masih bekerja kan. And so I ada topi tu lain, I masih pakai topi, tapi corporate shirt semua used to feel like you still working.
Yeah, I think because culturally, as you said lah, this is not something yang you do before, kan? Openly.
Yes.
So initially, I think we need to get the discipline in. But I am also surprised at the number of people that I speak to when they're all working remotely. It's very easy to get into it. In fact, for some, they are more productive now than at the office almost, because you are, you of course, given that you have a dedicated space to work and all that, then they can actually be quite productive.
I remember a friend who works in Telstra Australia. So in a week, dia memang 2 hari dia work from home. It's one of a good friend lah. Lalu visit dia masuk kat Melbourne tu. So I noticed dia punya working hours in a week, 2 hari dia akan work from home. Tapi mara dia work from home lah. Dia memang masuk office dia duduk kat office, dia tak keluar. Tapi isi at home. So dia kata benda ni dia kata people need to understand work from home ni bukan relax, dia kata it's still tough thing. We teleconference with the bosses, tapi dia kata dia kena isolated himself in his office at home and buat kerja. Tapi dia kata the best part is, dia kata one thing, dia save on transportation punya cost. He doesn't have to take a train to the office. And time, dia kata. Masa lunch hour boleh lah turun lepak dengan family sekejap before masuk kerja balik. So those are the benefit yang kita tak perasan. Work from home ni menjimatkan company so menjimatkan staff as well. Pasal cost dia kurang, saya tak keluar kan. Kita ni banyak transportation cost nak ke office. Minyak, tol, parking. So those can minimize. Why not?
And the productivity cost, selalunya sembang-sembang, hisap rokok ramai-ramai for those who do that.
Betul. Betul. Tapi benda ni culture, kita nak kena biasa buat performance, buat kerja seorang. Itu je.
And the other I guess, in the old days, you always wonder, the problem is pasang Astro at the background, then you're always distracted. Right? These are the things that you cannot do lah.
So sekarang that's why I decided to just stay at my living room. Kalau duduk dalam bilik kan, TV depan bilik. Duduk kat my game room kan, TV depan I. So pergi kitchen, my mum ni TV, tak boleh cakap. So the best part, living room tak ada TV, so I can just do my work for the next 4 hours without people kacau. I'm by the kitchen di sini apa lah, lapar pergi makan je lah.
I also think too lah, from a age group standpoint, if I put it that way. The culture for the younger guys, and I think you and me, most of us take for granted that the workforce that we have is younger. So working with your headphones on and talking to a screen is okay. It's it's
normal.
It's normal.
I have a staff who buat kerja setiap hari main game boleh je, tapi kerja jalan. That's how they maximize their work tau. Tapi to me pasal kerja, to me as long kerja siap, I have no qualms. They need to find a way to.
Tadi, I was going to say the challenge is probably the more traditional workforce lah, right? Some of the GLCs, it will be tougher to put.
GLC mantap lah, memang tough. Because habis GLC, as you know, previously, sometimes you balik malam pun besok kena clock in ke 8 juga. So then, I think again benda tu depend on bosses lah. Some bosses dia tak kisah, dia tahu you work late previous night. Some bosses kerja malam pun besok pagi kena clock in ke 8 juga. Jadi boleh allow dia work from home sekejap kan, while settle down, get some rest, start work from home, and then by tengah dia datang office. Again, change of leadership punya mindset pun perlu ada juga kalau kita nak embrace this work from home punya culture. Because I talk to the LinkedIn punya people kat US, dia mau cakap dia akan rasa bersalah tak buat kerja. Sebab bos tak kacau dia, tapi dia themselves rasa bersalah kalau dia tak buat kerja, kalau dia orang macam ambil time off sekejap, tapi dia still do the work. Tapi dia orang kalau dia tak kuat, tapi tengok wayang, dia kata dia themselves akan rasa bersalah. Up to the extent of the culture over. So memang nampak different lah.
In fact, there are, the companies there, a lot of them do this unlimited leave, kan? The unlimited annual leave.
Yep.
And they were saying that statistically they take less leave than companies with actual fixed leave.
Kita kalau bagi 30 tu lah nak habis dekat dalam setahun. Dia unlimited pun again, because they create a culture whereby datang kerja tu happy. To them, work is second home tau. So nampak, so staff memang, tapi sana lain-lain in terms of infrastructure that they give out. Macam Google siap ada laundry dekat office. Alasan diorang staff tak payah keluar. And you have 24-hour laundry, you have nurseries, you even have barber, doctors, everything in within the campus. So different, kita taklah, kita still kena keluar kan. Sana staff tak nak balik rumah, tak apa dia kata. So everything is there. Dah lah makan semua free kan. So we are moving towards that. Hopefully our companies kat Malaysia dah banyak give that kind of options, which is good.
Would you do that for your team?
Once we got a very good cash flow, why not? But kita tak nak diorang keluar lepak coffee. To me, one staff that treat your office second home tu, diorang punya belonging to the office to the company is higher lah.
The loyalty.
To loyalty, yes, and then wanted to tolong company as much as possible without berkira. Penting tu dia berkira part lah. We know we pay them salary sikit dekat BSP semua, tapi dia orang rasa dia orang nak do more, buat lebih for the growth of the company itself. Sebab kita company baru kan, so this is our 3rd year in full operation. So challenges memang ada. It's good, this MRO tested our case study that we can really work from home without any hiccups, which currently I and Izal memang suka gila lah, that we can work from home seamlessly. Even our COO pun tak pening bala, dia kata tak ada hiccup, tak ada problem, so we know that we can do this again if required. Tapi itulah drop in our orders lah. Itu memang you can risau lah.
But do you think because of this, will this impact positively impact the rest of the clinics for them to be a bit more remote savvy? Because I think the clinics themselves, I remember you telling me, they are one of those yang paling traditional from a technology standpoint.
Yes.
Right?
Some of them are
if
traditional.
This is good.
This is good because it teaches them to embrace technology in terms of providing their services. I think it's also a good option for them to start considering to embrace IT lah. I think for our clinic, I can say 95% of them are all embracing IT. Only a few je yang masih follow old school punya model to run the clinics.
How is your sales team doing in terms of recruiting more clinics now that with the lockdown?
Okay, clinic wise, I nampak numbers slower sikit semenjak MRO is in place. Our biggest challenge now getting clients. Because a lot of negotiation was done prior to MRO, banyak kena stop sekejap because you pun tak boleh pergi meeting. And our system ni again still requires face-to-face meeting. And some clients they still prefer to jumpa dia. Not all clients are comfortable doing video conferencing to discuss on proposal yet. Those who running SaaS, I rasa tak ada masalah lah. Walaupun kita orang running SaaS, but we still more traditional in terms of negotiating for the numbers, for the commissions kan. So benda tu perlu ada. So we notice that we can't approach new client this month because of MRO. So what we do basically, we just revisit our previous prospects, send out emails, follow up on upcoming meeting for Q2. Because again, we need to secure more clients lah. I think itu fall back sama to all founders. Ini I tak risau sangat because we have huge numbers now, approaching coming to 2,000 dah this Q2. My worry is always securing the clients lah. Sebab sekarang kita orang tak nak jumpa diorang kan. So mostly communication with our clients is limit to just WhatsApp, emails. Some we do teleconference, but again everything memang kena fall back to after MRO. Hopefully after ni maybe tak diperketatkan ke, maybe ada allowing to go back to the office ke, I'm not so sure. So we need to prepare for that lah. Kehilangan lamban nak onboarding clients.
So with all this, how is the future plans for Medcard? How has it been impacted in terms of your scaling up and growing different businesses and stuff?
Okay, on our side, we are expecting to achieve our 10,000 orders by this quarter. That's our target. And achieve 20,000 by Q2 and Q4. So 10,000 order by this quarter start April. Hopefully we can achieve that numbers. That's our milestone as we started. For us to be in black, it have to be 20,000. So we're targeting that in Q3, Q4. But again, those goes back to if we can secure clients to bring the numbers up. So always a challenge. So it might kacau our plan in terms of our growth. And it will also disturb our plan for fundraising as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
Okay.
So the fundraising plans, what's going on now? If you can share.
Okay, we are raising our pre-series A's now. We're supposed to have a IC meeting last the first IC meeting was rescheduled because some of the committee members apparently was close contact with the patient with COVID, and was supposed to have an IC meeting. So the meeting was rescheduled again. So the rescheduled meeting pula masuk MRO pula. So again, we are revisiting our IC most probably after MRO. But we are raising now.
So that will still proceed lah.
Still proceed, yes. Just tunggu MRO clear je. Good thing our numbers is good. Our growth is good. Year-to-year comparison between 2018 2019, our growth is 15 kali. I think you notice my LinkedIn post. Januari pun kita dah cecah 5,000 month. So we are reaching the 10,000 punya Holy Grail soon, and hoping to get 20,000 by quarter 4.
That's good.
Moving there lah, slowly and steady lah.
Yeah.
Reaching there, slowly and steady.
Okay lah. Anyway.
Alright.
Thanks for the quick catch up.
Yeah, no problem. I extend your invite to my other founders, and I'll give you updated on that lah.
Boleh. Yeah, I would love to talk to them and see how this whole situation is impacting them lah.
Alright, sure.
Okay lah.
Alright, thank you so much.
Okay, thanks.
So stay home, keep social distancing as usual.
Yeah.
Okay.
You too.
Right. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Right, Cindy. Okay, bye.